Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Parkscope Unprofessional Podcast Hour.
Whoa, Joe, you're a little hot.
I'm sorry. I can't be a little hot right now because I have a new pop filter, so you won't hear the P's and all the pronunciation as much as you would before. So, yay. My pop filter broke a little while ago. This one's much nicer and sturdier. It's not, like, falling apart.
Dirty pop?
It's no, it's the non-soft drink pop. It's a pop filter. So there you go. It's also not it's not also the second to worst resort at Disney World.
What? Nah.
I'm throwing that one down.
No.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw that one down.
No, it's not the second to worst.
Wait, are you counting all of All Stars as one resort?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I'm counting All Stars as All Star Resort. Yeah.
No. I don't get lost at Pop Century like I do Saratoga.
You see, I haven't been to Saratoga yet, but it's still like DVC.
Yeah, but Saratoga's garbage.
But it's still nice.
It's got a boring theme.
Old Key West.
Oh, I love Old Key West.
Ugh.
Really?
Joe,
Yes.
you're the worst.
Really?
I have fond memories of Old Key West. Our family friends have DVC points at Old Key West, so we stay with them there all the time. So, like,
I'm sorry.
It's Old Key West is great. How can you guys not like it? Anyway, joining us tonight is Nick. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm just ready to go to bed. This day.
That's what you said yesterday.
No, like this day's been terrible, but I can't talk about it. So not on the show. So
Yes, positive thoughts only.
yes.
Also joining us is Sean. Sean, how are you doing?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good. Drinking some Turtle Power.
Turtle Power.
So good.
Who's that by?
Evil Genius.
Interesting. I am having an Amarillo Fog, a small batch IPA from Platform in Cleveland.
Yeah, Turtle Power is a grapefruit pale ale.
Yeah,
I got a great Fanta.
Don't
Nice.
you wanta? Don't you wanta? Wanta Fanta? Don't you wanta? Fanta? So yeah, as you can tell, we haven't done this in a little while. This has been kind of weird.
It's been a couple weeks, hasn't it?
We haven't done it actually in 1 day under a month.
Really?
Yes. Our last one was March 22nd.
Huh.
Oh,
So I had to go back.
This is all that's happened.
I went through. I kind of didn't pick up on a lot of the stuff. There's some stuff that we don't need to talk about that I kind of dropped. Like, I don't think we need to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower again, for example, or any of that stuff. So
Never again.
yeah. Anyways, it's kind of crazy to think about like all the stuff that's happened. It feels like that was like 2 years ago, or like 8 wars ago, or whatever. So
This year's flying by.
It really is.
I'm not complaining too much. Yeah, we are now in a post Mystery Science Theater 3000 season 11
Yay.
situation. It's kind of weird to have it's
So many theme park jokes, too.
right. Like I like the second episode had Universal Studios jokes, Disney jokes, and a Legends of the Hidden Temple joke.
Yeah.
And then the
Like backstage at Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah, and then the Hollow Mountain or whatever, the Mexican movie they had.
Yeah.
That one had a few good Disney jokes in it. It's like,
Was that the one with the Zelda jingle in it, too?
yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And then that was also the one where they talked about, and Walt Disney will make this mountain into a roller coaster or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of theme park jokes.
So happy.
Yeah, so it's
Hashtag spoilers.
yeah. So if you haven't watched, if you haven't watched the seasons yet, go check it out. It's pretty good. My name is in episode 7. I want to say.
Yeah. No, was it 7 or 6? No, it's
7.
6. Star Crash was 6.
No, I was in 7. Star Crash. So I saw the Jays ended in 6, so then I went to episode 7 and I pulled the screen grab. So my buddy's Jimmy will be in episode 6. Mine's in 7. So I assume yours.
I'll probably be like
10,
9 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll watch for it. So yeah, good times. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. Like all the stuff came out at once. So now I have like not enough time to do anything, which is
There's
insane.
so much good pop culture this year.
There's way too much good pop culture.
Yeah.
There's so many good video games. There's so much good television. There's so much good
Movies.
Movies too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, music. We have so much good music right now. get new Gorillaz. We had Kendrick Lamar drop a new album.
Yeah. I'm seeing Beauty and the Beast finally tomorrow, I think.
In New York?
Hmm?
Oh, the
No,
movie.
the
You
movie.
mean? Oh,
The movie.
I thought you meant the.
Joe,
I thought you meant the musical.
So, Joe, last month a movie came out. It's a live action version of Beauty and the Beast
Oh.
made when we were little.
I see.
Sean's going to see that.
Oh, got it. Because I know how much Sean's a fan of Josh Gad.
Gad.
Yeah. So yeah, there you
Who's
go.
not?
A lot of people are. Yeah.
I'm
anyway,
sorry, but everything he does from now on, he is Olaf. Like even at the celebration, that was like Olaf was hosting a Star Wars panel.
well, it's also like remember the last episode of the Daily Show with Jon Stewart? Like
No.
he introduced himself as like that he did like, do you want to build a snowman? Like, right, and it's like, oh yeah, because you're in that movie, and he's like, yeah, I got that Disney money now, bitch, and then just just walked off the stage with Jon Stewart. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk theme park, shall we? Let's start with SeaWorld, because SeaWorld's had some. Because we should. So SeaWorld, maybe about 3 weeks ago, they got a huge investment from China's Zonghong Holding Company Ltd. They're buying out all Blackstone's remaining 21 stake in the company.
Wow.
Considering how Blackstone is the leech of kind of the amusement park industry, this can only be good things. Also, that whole entire, China clamping down on investments and all sorts of weird other financial stuff that I'm not smart enough to talk about and not qualified to talk about is happening right now. So I think you're going to see a lot more of these purchases happening. Maybe even Disney. Who knows? But anyway, they've kind of invested a bunch of money, and I've been hearing some good stuff coming out of SeaWorld. And we'll talk
Yeah, I believe when I see it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand. Fool me once.
Yeah, but I mean, they actually have like some interesting rumors floating around, and if these investors are really gonna throw the money at it, hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
I just question. Again, we've talked about this before, but I just question if SeaWorld will ever have the pull to no matter what they spend their money on, to really make a difference for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. SeaWorld's fine. I don't care about them. They're not bad parks. I would not go to one. But when people are going to Orlando, is SeaWorld going to have anything that's going to pull people away from Harry Potter, Star Wars, Nintendo, and General Disney? And I don't know. I just don't see it. Mm-hmm. I think they can be a great locals park and they can survive that way, but I don't see them, really breaking out of where they are right now.
I understand. I mean, they really need to reinvent themselves. They're kind of going in the correct direction, I think. They're clearly the marine park angle is not working for them. It hasn't for a while, due to whether it be Harry Potter or Blackfish or any other things that are happening. So kind of going towards more of an attractions and ride like kind of capacity, I think, is a better way to go. Especially considering the fact that like people still want that thrill park in Orlando. If you build like a wooden roller coaster at SeaWorld and maybe another coaster, you've got a thrill park. You already have a ton of really awesome coasters there.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean, again, I hope it works out for them, but
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
So I've heard about a 5-year plan that's been proposed. It's actually been started by a very large company that's done their 5-year plan. I cannot say the name. I've been sworn to secrecy for right now. I'll tell you afterward, Sean. But it's a very prominent group. Let's just say that. But so one of the things that just happened was they announced SeaWorld announced their new ride, I guess. It's Infinity Falls. It's their raft ride, right? Yeah. So it's their massive raft ride. It's going to be, I think it's going to have a vertical lift. So it's basically, it's not going to be like a vertical lift. It's going to be like an elevator lift. And then it's going to have the largest fall on a rapids ride or something like that?
Yeah, the longest drop in a rapids ride. Looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a rapids ride.
It's a rapids ride.
Where put it? Did they say where they're gonna put it? I didn't.
They're putting it in front of one of their restaurants.
Yeah, I don't know that park well enough to even know.
In front of a restaurant.
I'm looking for right now. It's going to be the Sea Garden / Terrace Bar area.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to go in that, and like you're going to walk over the bridge over where like the drop is to get to like the restaurant. So they're kind of really compacting this quite a bit.
That's what I was wondering, was how long the layout was going to be, or if it was just going to primarily be the drop.
They said that it's going to be a 40-foot drop. There are going to be class 4 and 5 rapids, and it's going to be a 4-minute adventure. So immediately it's longer than Kali River Rapids.
Well,
which is not saying much, but
how long is Cali? Well, it's like 2.5, 3 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're kind of aiming for like a rainforest vibe. There's a lot of parrots in all the concept art, which I'm a fan of because birds are awesome, especially parrots. Again, my favorite show at Animal Kingdom is when the parrots fly in. Have you guys ever seen that at Animal Kingdom? I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Right.
I like it. I'm weird like that's okay.
Birds are weird.
I know. I had that.
Birds are scary, man.
I had that poster from Penny Arcade back in the day. I know, isn't that awesome?
It's terrifying.
It's awesome. They're like these little miniature dinosaurs. So that's SeaWorld going on right now. Let's move on to Disney real quick. We have a few highlights, not too many. First big one is that Mission Space is going to be closing for 2 months this summer, which is really interesting from two aspects. One, they're closing an attraction in
Good evening, children.
Oh, hey, Lane's here.
Oh, Lane's here now. We're recording.
Y'all talking theme parks?
Yes, we're talking.
We are.
Are you talking theme parks? I just showed up. What a coincidence. I heard you all the way from Florida.
Y'all scoping some parks for us?
Yes, we are.
He skipped SeaWorld, so like.
Oh, that's the best one.
Do you want to talk about SeaWorld real quick, Lane?
I don't have anything to say. Are they opening? They birthed the last work, and they're gonna make SeaWorld great again.
Damn it.
Maswa
is gonna make it great again.
Maswa.
Okay, no, we're not doing that. So, Mission Space closing this summer.
That sounds awesome.
Two aspects to this, as I was going to say before Lane
Horizons
jumped in.
2.0?
Yes.
Guardians of the Mission Space.
That was something Sean brought up that could happen, but we'll talk about it in a second. So the first one is they're opening new lands at Disney, which we'll talk about in a second. Attendance sounds like it's going to be down this summer. Bookings are down. They're closing a major e-ticket and capacity in Epcot during the summer, which is insane. So that probably says a lot about Disney. Second being the fact that it's going to be...
Is Mission Space really a major e-ticket in Epcot at this point?
It pushes a lot of people through, though. Even if you
does have a high capacity, so...
Yeah, even if you get a 10 to 20 minute wait, that's still a lot of people an hour. And remember, that side of the park's going to have 2 attractions.
But people eaters and e-tickets aren't the same thing.
That's true.
I agree. But that side of the park's going to have 2 attractions now.
Yeah, no, Epcot doesn't have enough attractions. We can all agree on that.
That side of the park's going to have 1 attraction and a nap.
Yes. So...
Wait, something else is closing over there?
There's Universal Energy... Yeah. There's Mission Space and Test Track. That means they're going to have 2 attractions. Nick's joke was there's going to be 1 attraction and a nap.
I'm sorry. I missed the nap part.
Yeah.
It was a good joke.
Yeah, it's a really good joke. That was pretty good. Yeah, that was nice.
I thought it through. I had it planned.
Yeah, exactly. He's been staying up all night thinking about that.
Oh, I script these out, man. I script them out.
Mm-hmm. So... That was something interesting that Lane, you brought up, and Sean, we were talking about in the pre-show, was there was the existing rumor of Guardians of the Galaxy going into Mission Space. That was
I feel like we just made that up. The rumor is that it was going into Universe of Energy, some roller coastery thing, right?
I don't think any Guardians of the Galaxy is going to come to any Disney park, Walt Disney World park, personally. But I'm just mentioning rumors that we hear around.
Oh, okay.
The other more substantial rumor I've heard is that they're going to be changing the ride film for the green side and just doing a general refurbishment. So the idea behind it being that they'll actually have a different kind of experience on the lighter side of the attraction, but still keep orange, if that makes sense.
I guess that's kind of a way to increase re-rideability, is if you make your A side and your B side separate rides, then you can kind of choose, to ride Dragonfire or Dragon Ice, and it's a kind of a different ride.
Exactly, except one doesn't spin and the others, yeah.
To optimistically put, we changed some video, like, that's a good way to spin, we changed some video.
Yep. So, Sean and Nick, what are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's
whatever.
It's Mission Space, right?
Well, I mean, I
and
think
Mepcot.
Mission Space is fine. It's got a spot. It's got a place within the stratosphere of attractions of Epcot, but it just is not what it was meant to be. So it's fine.
Sean, anything else?
I agree with what Nick said.
Awesome. That sounds great. Next up, what do we want to talk about next? Let's talk Club 33 real quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
About this mess. So Jim Hill a while ago said that they're going to bring Club 33 to Disney World, which, considering that it's already been brought to, I think, Shanghai and somewhere else, I think, maybe.
I know Tokyo has one, but I don't know if it's the same country club.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's the same. It's
not. I don't think you have like members or something. I don't know. Okay. I knew they do have one.
Okay. So now there's the rumor that Disney World's going to get 4 Club 33s, one for each park. The concept behind it being that people who have houses in Golden Oaks and then DVC members can sign up and go to these exclusive clubs and restaurants and places like that around the Walt Disney World Resort.
Dog, I heard you wanted a Club 33, so I put a Club 33 in your Club 33 in your Club 33 in your Club 33.
So
thanks,
this
Exhibit.
makes sense. This makes sense if they are taking the membership list from California and they're going, hey man, we're just going to expand it to Florida. Last time I checked, Club 33 was about $50,000 to start and about $10,000 a year.
Yep.
And for that $10,000 a year, you got 4 platinum passes to Disneyland, which have access to Disney World. Because I've talked to guys, like, just hanging out with people in Disneyland that said, oh yeah, I have 4 passes to Disney World, but I don't even go. Like, we just come out here. And it makes sense for them to expand the offerings, and then they could expand their member list that much more, like a country club expansion. You could put that many more.
With all those like Golden Oak people and Four Seasons
there's a market
people,
for that.
It'll work.
Yeah,
it'll
it
work
just depends
just
on the
fine,
capacity.
and it's good. And they really could almost make like chef's tables instead of full-blown restaurants in all the parks, where you just need a 12-person chef's table adjacent to a restaurant that already exists, or like a lounge in a nook somewhere like they did with that 1901 lounge, and just make you a lounge or make you a nook, and that's where they could say, here's an exclusive thing that only you can get into with a Club 33 membership or a friend of a Club 33 membership.
So the Jim Hill rumor was like way more involved, saying like stuff like the Upstairs France restaurant would become Club 33 in Epcot.
Matt, there's no chance of that happening.
No,
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that's the rumor. So
Jim.
So my thought is that immediately
it's one of the old lounges.
Well, that's a great point. There are a shit ton of old lounges all around the park,
especially at Epcot.
Especially at Epcot. You could probably do 3 or 4 at Epcot. Imagine if they'd use the old Spaceship Earth lounge. No, Spaceship Earth still uses,
No,
that's in use, though.
That's like a Siemens, basically.
Still up there,
The one that makes the most sense is the Living Seas, because you have the restaurant literally right next door to it.
Yeah. Living Seas. Does the land still have a sponsor?
No.
You could use the land one.
How?
No, I don't. I think Kraft dumped it.
I don't think it's
It's
I'm-
not sponsored right now, but
yeah.
I thought they used that lounge though for something
I don't.
backstage.
I forget.
I
think,
do know
But
that
again,
there
are spots, but I don't see this coming as big scale as they want it to.
right.
Or I don't know. I guess Disney would. Like, you could say they wouldn't do it big scale because it's just a blind money grab to get more people paying your $50,000 entry fee and $10,000 a year. But of course they would do that.
But see,
Of course they would sell upcharge lounges to stuff because that's all they do anymore.
but Club 33 isn't a lounge. It's a restaurant.
Well, and the thing too about Epcot,
it's a country club. It's a country club mostly.
But it's a
the
restaurant.
thing that y'all are talking about with the lounges, a lot of those lounges are used for things that you don't think about, like several lounges are used for the education stuff that they do at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And all the events,
yeah,
corporate events. Like, Epcot makes so much money on corporate events.
yeah.
Or they get used for Disney Vacation Club stuff, or for parties, or for Visa lounges, or all that stuff. But like it's kind of one of those things where like I feel like these have to be Club 33 at Disneyland level things. You just can't do several lounges and then say, hey, do you want to go to Club 33 that Walt Disney did, or do you want to come to these really crappy lounges that somehow we developed in Disney World?
I feel like if they did one juggernaut like the way they have Club 33 at Disneyland, then they could get away with the other three parks not being as cool.
Okay. So like have Magic Kingdom has this one awesome restaurant.
Yeah, or like, hey man, you get to go above, if they open the Cinderella Castle Suite for a Club 33 dining
too
experience.
little to,
Yeah, it's not big
Yeah,
enough.
well, but you see what I'm saying?
your
If
main
you had
one-
one juggernaut to go, y'all take trips, you California rich people, take your trip to Florida. We'll get you into this restaurant, 10 people at a time or 15 people at a time. And then here we also have discrete lounges at the other three parks, but they're just like, here's a hidden corner at Animal Kingdom, or
I think
here's the
that-
catwalk bar at DHS.
The catwalk bar.
That'd be hilarious. I think the Juggernaut would be at Epcot though, don't you think?
Maybe.
'Cause that's where they have the. Just thinking about like Magic Kingdom, there's no real space that's not in use other than areas that are used for offices.
No, Nick, you know what they're going to do?
What?
They're going to take away space that people use for free right now,
You
and they
think
go,
Columbia
nope,
Harbor
now we're
House?
making it exclusive.
You think upstairs Columbia Harbor House?
Yeah, something like that. It would be like, oh, here's an exclusive in-park dining experience. And they'll just take something that we had 10 years ago that was cool, and then they'll make it super exclusive because Disney hates us. Wow, I'm pessimistic tonight. Sorry, guys.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's stop talking about something I'll probably never experience, even if it is built. So
Yeah, so let's talk about what do you want to do next, Star Wars or Pandora?
let's do
Fallon.
Pandora and then Star Wars because I want to finish with the good stuff.
Okay, awesome. So last time we talked, I'm trying to go and find all the news I have for Pandora. Sorry, closing this off.
We got some more pictures.
Yeah, so we have menus, we have pricing. Pandora, they're going to start annual pass previews along with DVC is going to happen in May. So we're getting pretty darn close to Pandora previews. Also, I believe since last time we talked, they had the Whoopi Goldberg kind of, like that whole entire press kind of thing that happened.
Well, they had The View and Good Morning America.
Yeah.
And
No, that happened.
before.
that happened before then.
Yeah, because that's where we first saw the bench,
The
Yeah.
old,
and we talked about the bench the last time we recorded.
We definitely did.
Okay. Blue. So, one of the things that we'll talk about real quick for Pandora is they announced their food and specialty drinks. So the food actually...
Liquefied candy.
So the food doesn't sound bad, and actually some reviews are getting out because they're doing cast member previews for the food, is that it's getting actually very positive reviews. The food is priced between $11.50 to $12.50. The kids' menu items sound pretty disgusting, but that's what you expect when you have a cheeseburger pod. So What sounds really good for me is so one of my friends actually had the wood grilled chicken, and he said that was really, really good. I'm super excited about the chili spiced fried tofu because I like the texture of friedness with tofu. It kind of is like
communist.
It's this nice kind of balance. It's really good. There's also slow roasted beef, sustainable fish, and all sorts of really good stuff. The food sounds really good, and also the restaurant's going to be the first location that uses the Taco Bell style kind of you
Taco
reserve
Bell, Starbucks.
You basically order what you want, and then when you get to the restaurant, you press "I'm here," and they make it for you, and it's like available in like 5 to 10 minutes. So you can just like skip the whole entire line and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they already know what to expect, and when you're gonna be there, and then when you just press it, they make it for you, fresh. So, I'm super excited about that. What are you guys' thoughts?
Blue Chardonnay, I think, was an ingredient.
We are going to get to the drinks in a second.
Oh, sorry. Food is food. Not a big deal.
I'm not expecting anything fantastic, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
The food to me at this land is just, here's the minimum that we have to open of bathrooms and places for people to eat food at a theme park.
It'll be hard for me to go eat anywhere else other than Yak and Yeti.
That's true.
I like a lot of stuff at that park.
Flame
Grill's fine, but I really like Yak and Yeti.
Yak and Yeti's really good.
Pizza Fairy?
What?
Pizza Fairy?
No, you're an idiot. Shut up. Do you want to get 3 chicken wings for $9?
Oh, I haven't had them, but I would like to.
I want to know if they're going to have Banshee nuggets.
So the kids menu is cheeseburger pods, which are steamed cheeseburger pods stuffed with ground beef, ketchup, mustard, pickle, and cheddar cheese.
So is it like an empanada?
No, it's
It's probably like a
Crystal burger?
It's like
Like
those
a
Japanese pods.
Yeah, like the Japanese and Chinese steamed buns with.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I would eat.
Yeah,
that.
I would actually try that.
Yeah,
that sounds like
It reminds me
off
of
the
the
kids menu, y'all.
cheeseburgushi at Cowfish,
Yeah.
Except that sound
which has the pickles.
yeah, but that sounds better. But still, yeah. Anyway,
No, it doesn't.
there's a hot dog wrapped in dough, which is a hot dog wrapped in Parker House dough served with vegetable chips, grapes, and small Dasani water bottle or low-fat milk.
You're telling me that's a corn dog?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Or like, what are the hot dogs that you would then like wrap like the Pillsbury dough around? That are
you
like
know,
a pretzel dog?
like a
Like a pig in a blanket.
Like a
pig in a
big
blanket.
beanie-
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, big
like
pig in a blanket.
like a Auntie Anna's pretzel dog.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
And also they have a cheese quesadilla. They also have
Quesadilla?
yeah. They also have
Really? That's all they could come up with?
well, they also have Mickey. They also have Mickey check meals. So they have a chopped wood grilled chicken bowl, slow roasted sliced grilled beef bowl, sustainable fish bowl, and then a chili spiced crispy tofu bowl. So basically what they had before, but kid sized.
Hey, adults going to Disney World, look at the kids' green check meals. It's the best thing to eat at Disney World.
And also they're cheap and they're
eat
good
a little bit of
proportions.
rice and a little bowl. Yeah, it's a good proportion. It's cheap and it's kind of healthy. It's healthier than everything else you can eat.
It's literally the same menu as the entrees except smaller portions. Why wouldn't you get that?
Accurate portions is what we call them.
Yeah, accurate portions. Yeah, so you can get this. You can get these the sustainable fish bowl for $13 on the adult menu, or you can get it for $8.50 on the kids menu.
Yeah, that's
What do you
probably
want?
an appropriate scoop.
Well, and that's also a great suggestion at Universal too, because I went there when I last went there in May with my buddies, my brothers and their wives. One of their wives basically got the kids' fish and chips, and everyone else got the normal fish and chips. And except for me, the rest of them couldn't finish their fish and chips. But she finished them fine, and she got grapes. And she's like, "This is perfect. I got one thing.
Yeah, this is a good time.
I got one giant thing of fish. I got the chips. I got grapes, and everyone else was stuffed. She was happy, so it was really good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's our super duper secret tip for the
Hack
day.
of the day.
Yeah, it's our zippity doo-dah tip for today is go for the kids, Mickey. Does everyone remember that, please?
I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
Tip for today.
Which, by the way, I think I probably mentioned on the show again, but I think we should bring it up again. One of the tips for today, said in English, is that there are multi-language maps available at guest relations. So how would they know that? Because it's said in English. I'm just throwing that one out there, right?
Well, they might not be able to read, but they can understand it.
Maybe.
Good point.
Good point. Anyway, also at Pandora, they announced their specialty beverages. Available is going to be the Pandorian Sunrise. Is a non-alcoholic mix of tropical juices blended with Powerade melon.
Nope.
What?
Nope, that sounds bad. That sounds bad, John.
Wow!
F&B. You F&B'd that up.
So, with Powerade melon, I can't make this up. But it's available in a souvenir canteen flute flask.
Like Ocarina?
So...
How many of these will Derek Bergen have?
Oh, actually, okay, so... Okay, so
10?
this makes more sense now. Disney found a winery in Napa Valley called Banshee. So I was thinking like Disney like made their own wine for this and labeled it Banshee, which is the stupidest thing in the world because it makes no sense. But actually, they found a winery called Banshee Napa Valley, and they're actually going to supply the Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, all that stuff.
Mid-sized car.
Is it going to be blue?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it going to be blue?
It's not going to be blue, but they do have a Dreamwalker Sangria with a splash of blue Curacao.
Oh, blue curse sounds good.
Yeah. So
That
there
actually
you go.
sounds pretty good. I heard one podcast talk about this, and they made it sound like the white wine was going to be blue.
So
Come on, we can't get some blueberry wine up in this?
I know,
Come
right?
on.
Oh, that's so country.
But it sounds delicious.
Boone's
so-
Farm, baby.
So they
Yeah.
also have
That's what we need. Boone's Farm. To Disney's
We need some
Animal
shine. We need some Navi shine.
we need some goddamn Mad Dog 4040. That's what we really need in Pandora. We just
Hey, it might
selling
make-
bottles
it
of
might
Mad
make
Dog.
the Banshee ride better.
All my fraternity
That's
brothers
your
will be
flight
down
of
there.
passage.
Yeah.
That's your flight
Mad
of passage.
Is you drink a Mad Dog 4040, and then you got to go ride flight of passage.
So,
You gotta get your
so
little
basically what we're saying is they're going to be offering the blue flavor of Four Loko at
Ugh.
Pandora.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
And I'm so sorry for all of you going to cast member previews.
Blue, you had Four Loko, and then what was the other? Sparks. Sparks was the other one.
Yeah.
P.S. None of this is factual, people.
Oh,
We're not
God.
reporting facts.
That's the worst stuff in the world, man.
Breaking. This isn't facts.
Alternative facts.
Yes.
Alternative
So
facts.
also at the walk-up bar that has the hula skirt mech,
Ugh.
they have a Night Blossom frozen drink. Is a mixture of limeade with apple and dessert pear flavors topped with passion fruit baboa balls.
Oh, what?
That sounds-
Why?
The little
Is
balls
this-
in your
they've
tea,
given up.
Little T-balls?
Yeah,
This is the same shit as
The Gilly
LeFou's
water.
brew. Let's just throw a bunch of flavors in a cup. They'll love it.
yeah. So the margarita is with añejo tequila with strawberry and blood orange flavor topped with strawberry baboa balls.
Oh, too much.
That's fine until you go
blood
to
orange-
add the balls.
Yeah, the little
Disney,
balls
Disney, I
are
don't need
good.
hold the balls.
Yeah,
Right?
just
We don't
have
need.
a blood orange margarita is delicious.
Yeah,
Serve
but
that,
blood
man.
orange and strawberry margarita sounds great.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
need balls.
Well, it needs to look like aliens. So we're gonna just put a bunch of baboas on it.
Are we
What?
still not going to talk about how this is set 4 movies in the future?
We'll talk about that in a second. But there's also
Wait,
Okay.
what?
there are 2
Yeah,
beers.
this
Well,
is
hold
that
on. There's 2 beers
Yeah.
also. There's the Banshee Brew.
Wait. Joe's got more alcohol to talk about.
Yeah,
Hang on.
so there's the Banshee Brew, and then there's
Okay.
another one that I forget what the name of it is, but that's the green beer.
Oh,
That is the St. Patrick's Day beer that literally looks like the.
Is it Miller Lite with green food coloring?
That's what it looks like. I'm gonna say it
Okay.
right now because like
It probably is.
yeah,
It would surprise me.
yeah. So it looks, yeah. That's what they're going for.
all right. Well,
So there you go. So Lane, do you want to explain the
Yeah,
what
I
you
got
mentioned before?
this. All right, Hollywood.
You got a fam?
Let me
Thanks.
tell you what's up. Our friend Jimmy C, James Cam, Jimmy Cam,
Explorer of the Seas.
Explorer of the Seas, yes. who has postponed making movies to make this theme park land because he thought of this when he was 17. You following?
Explains the sex tales.
He has 3 more movies to make, and this land is set after the 4th movie.
So this is like official.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, James Cameron said this. He was like, oh, here's what's great. This land is set after all these trials and tribulations from movies 2, 3, and 4 in this series. And then this is 20 years after the 4th movie when the jungle takes back over and they win. So we know the end of the series now.
Exactly.
Also,
He's trying to make 3 more movies for we know the end of the series.
you know what's funny then? That means this, how people, a while were like, oh, they're going to expand after they do the next 3 movies.
Nope.
That means there's no expansion coming to this thing.
No, they spent $1.2 billion. This is the expansion. We've expanded Animal Kingdom as far as they can go. I think they're going to try to get pandas in the next 2 years. But besides that, this park is done for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since they're advertising this thing like, Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade, and they're expecting that much money, and they're not going to get it. And the land costs just as much as both of those combined, if not more.
More?
It's more than that.
Well more.
Yeah. Because they thought they were going to be able to shop it around the world.
Yeah.
The cost.
Diagon and Hogsmeade together are like $750 million.
Brian did
250 and 5.
Yeah, so it's it's Brian did addition, and it was like maybe around 500 mil for both Diagon and Hogsmeade, but
There's no way.
Even if we bump it up to 600 million or 700 million, that's still and let's bring it down to, let's say Pandora is 700 million, and then Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley are 700 million. That's still, you're getting like 3 times as much content at Harry Potter for the same price
at those
as this.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were able to shop Hogsmeade around the world, and they're not going to be able to shop this out.
Exactly. And
Hogsmeade and Diagon. Diagon showing up at the other ones.
Oh, yeah. So they've really tried to shop Pandora around because that's where they announced all the rides. They did it at D23 in Japan.
Yeah, because they wanted to go to Japan. They wanted to go to Paris. They wanted to go to Shanghai.
And everyone's laughing at them. They're like, no
I'm
way.
I'm surprised it didn't go to Shanghai.
I am very surprised that was on an open day thing.
Yeah.
Because that would be right up there.
And I think it would be a hit out there.
It was huge. That movie was huge in China, too, wasn't
it? It would be bigger than Tron.
Yeah.
It would be bigger than most of that stuff. Like, you really need 3, like, it would be bigger than Star Wars for sure. Yeah. And they have Star Wars out there. So it'd be bigger than, you really need 3 franchises out there.
They don't really have Star Wars. They just have, like, Launch Bay and
well, they're trying to make it a thing.
Obviously, they want to make it a thing in China.
Well, they're going to make it a thing because they own the franchise and they're going to keep making movies. So they're trying to get China to get on board with it.
Yeah. So, like, they have Pirates. They have Alice, the Tim Burton
Which were big there.
Which were big
in Japan.
Yeah. So they have those. So, I don't know. It just seems like that would be their logical expansion next would be that.
I don't know.
Who owns the Shanghai park? Is it Disney and the Chinese government?
China.
Yeah.
Or are there investors like OLC?
I think China owns it, with Disney being like a partner, like OLC.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chinese government owns everything in China.
Yep.
That's true.
Communism. So, also from Pandora, there's been a lot of new photos released. There's a Bloomberg article, which is really weird. Considering the fact that so many people want to talk about how Harry Potter didn't really do anything, and there wasn't this big of a thing, and it wasn't that big, and blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, the lead headline for this is like Disney trying to get Universal's magic back from Harry Potter, or whatever it was. It was like this really weird thing, and this was very much a clear, Disney set this article up, and Bloomberg still went, and a fourth of this article is about Universal and Harry Potter. It is kind of incredible. They don't mention this article does mention Star Wars and Pandora, and doesn't mention Nintendo, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. But it's very clear that this is a Disney article.
It's because Universal still hasn't freaking announced anything for Nintendo.
They won't say what's coming.
Well,
sorry, I'm very mad. I'm like getting annoyed about it at this point.
Give or take, they've announced the same amount for Star Wars as they have for Nintendo.
No, we got more Star Wars stuff.
No, they have not.
We got Star Wars deets like this week.
Yeah, we know what the rides are. We've known what the rides are for Star Wars for almost 2 years at this point.
And we've known what the Nintendo rides are.
No,
we don't.
No. We know.
They have not been announced.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, Pandora photos.
It's gonna be glowing blue. There's some plants.
Those nighttime shots are so disappointing.
Yeah.
So, the big thing with the nighttime shots is, like, I was looking at one of them, and it looks fine, but considering how much they hype up these glow-in-the-dark plants and everything, it really looks like they have...
It looks so fake.
You know
Man,
how...
Tarzan's so much better.
You know how you have those walkways that have those glow-in-the-dark... or those, like, little lanterns on the sides? That's... And then like, you light up the bushes next to it? That's sort of what it looks like in Pandora. It looks like you have these... plants that look like they're ankle height that glow and just like stuff like that, and then they just have a bunch of LEDs on the rest of the foliage.
Looks lame.
Maybe it's terrible in photos and it'll be awesome in person. Not making any judgment. Maybe that was the only portion they had done, and there's going to be ones that look amazing. I don't know yet. We can't judge it until we're there. People are going to be there in person. You're going to see so many videos in the next 2-3 weeks. But man, that was rough. And also the fact that the only way I've seen those quote-unquote floating mountains... Everyone take a drink because I said quote-unquote. The only way they can make those floating mountains look really good is by being like 50 feet in the air. Like, have you noticed, like, all the shots where the people are like, this is amazing. You're like 50 feet in the air. You're never going to be up there.
So from a scissor lift?
Yeah, it's from a scissor lift. Like, they're like, oh, looks amazing. No one is going to be up there.
Yeah, it's not as successful as they hoped it to be.
Anyway, I'm still hopeful, but man, it's... So I was listening to E-Ticket Report last night and today, and one of the funniest things I heard was they were talking about how they did the preview with The View, and how James Cameron was taking Whoopi Goldberg in, and they were walking around the corner, and they were expecting a Diagon Alley moment, where Whoopi goes, wow! And instead she just kind of is like looking around, and James Cameron basically has to point out the floating mountains, and she's like, oh, okay. it's just the funniest thing in the world, because like, I've seen people break down crying walking into Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
We've all done that. I took friends there and they freaked out. But just like, someone who's supposed to be hyping this up going, oh, okay, man, that's not good. That's not good.
Because no one gives a shit about Avatar.
Nobody cares about the IP.
Nobody cares, and the mountains
It
don't even look
almost
like they're
would
really
be cooler
floating.
at this point if there wasn't, if he hadn't released a movie. If they said, "Hey, we're bonded with James Cameron, and
So
he made up this world,
that is
and there's these blue people, and it's weird."
So that's a very interesting point, because that was also brought up on E-Ticket Report, of the idea of what happens if James Cameron said, we're developing new characters for a new land in Disney's Animal Kingdom.
All IP. It would be like how everybody loved the Forbidden Forest in Islands of Adventure.
So not Forbidden Forest. That was the Enchanted
Merlin Woods.
Merlin
Yeah. Woods, yeah.
So that would take care of that would tick off one of my complaints with Pandora, which is the fact that Disney now owes a bunch of money towards Fox.
Are the mountains moving yet?
The mountains don't move.
You remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're supposed to move. They don't move anymore. No.
Yeah.
So the
And
I was joking.
So-
about that.
And our new stadium in Atlanta is supposed to have a moving roof. It doesn't
Yeah.
even have a roof.
so
That's true.
so no, but really, like, Fox is getting money from this land. So this is literally what Universal did with Harry Potter, except they're not going to be making the same amount of money, but they're looking for the same amount of money. And I also think that if James Cameron was making this with Disney, I don't think they would have invested so much in one aspect. I think it would have been way more inclusive and maybe part of a mythical creatures land. It wouldn't be just the blue aliens. It would be maybe the blue aliens and these things too. You know what I'm trying to go for there?
Yeah, I do, but I feel like I would have more respect and curiosity for this project if it didn't have a movie tied to it. If we had to go discover it all for ourselves, like riding through pirates, like riding through,
Nothing. The movie part doesn't bother me. It's just that it's Avatar. It's that they spent $1 billion on Avatar. Like, no one gives a shit about this movie. People, there's like 5 people on the internet that will tell you people give a shit about this movie, but no one gives a shit about this movie. Three
of them are Double J, T-Web 55, and Mike the Boss.
All right, Joe. Yeah, you don't have to call people out by name.
Yeah, don't call them.
I'm not calling them out by name. It's user handle on OU.
No, still.
No, we don't do that. That's not what we do.
Okay.
But some people care. Not a lot of people care. It made so much money. We have to go, wait, do people care? Or do they not care because no one can remember anything from it? Avatar's so confusing.
No one cares. It'll be a nice land. I don't think it's going to be a bad land. But, like, you don't spend $1 billion on something where people will come and be like, well, that was pretty cool, and then, like, leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Star Wars.
Okay.
We get some deets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Land, they did a presentation at the Star Wars Expo, or whatever it's called.
Coming December 2019, correct?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Celebration.
I still think that it'll slip to 2020 at Disney World, but whatever.
Yeah, I do too.
So, actually, I opened this up and there's no info in it. Interesting. So, they started describing stuff. I guess that they kind of went into more concept art that they were showing. It looks a lot like Morocco is one of the examples in Epcot.
It looks cool.
Which,
I mean, it's cool.
Considering Morocco looks good, and a lot of people say Morocco is one of their favorite things at Epcot, and people compare Diagon Alley to Morocco in positive ways. Good comparisons, I think. They started talking about one of the more interesting things is the idea of how this land would be. I don't want to use the word interactive because I don't think that's a very good term to use.
Living?
So, when I hear interactive and they're saying that the Millennium Force attraction would be interactive, I imagine
Falcon.
Damn, thank you. Millennium Falcon. We're gonna move on from that. The Millennium Falcon. You see, I think like three base. I think way ahead of me. So the Millennium Falcon attraction. They're talking about that being interactive, and I immediately think about how Mission Space was supposed to be interactive.
Yeah, I sure hope it's nothing like that.
And how that never played out. And yeah. So, but what then? I heard more discussion on this, and it sounds like your decisions in the Millennium Falcon.
You ready for the big word?
Ride would then influence things that happen around the land with your interactions with characters and other attractions.
That wasn't the big word I was looking for.
I know. I was trying to.
I was gonna say they teased out that your decisions on the Millennium Falcon ride will have consequences.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's one thing I saw that because you picked this, the cosplayers / Old West characters / Westworld characters / Star Wars characters will treat you differently in the bar afterwards based off of how you chose in the Millennium Falcon ride.
Which would work if you did it once.
Yes.
But you're supposed to be able to build a reputation. That was said too. You build a reputation the more and more you visit.
It'll be something on your magic bands.
Yeah, so that's a good point with so if you're supposed to be like navigating the Millennium Falcon through this situation where it's like, hey, oh my god,
you can choose to smuggle stuff or not.
Or it could be simply this is a once in a lifetime thing. You know how that goes with like park rides like Forbidden Journey or Gringotts or anything like that. If that does apply and then all your previous actions add up, then how does that make story sense?
I don't care. It'll be cool.
Yeah. So okay. So that was one of the aspects. So the interactive experiences. You guys want to talk about that a little bit? Because that's kind of my thoughts on it.
I think it'll be cool. I mean, here's the thing. they keep telling me I'm going to be able to fly the Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, if it's anything like Mission Space, where I'm quote-unquote flying, I'm going to be pissed. If it's just press one of these two buttons to make your decision, fuck you, Disney.
Engage the hyperdrive.
Fuck you, Disney. If it's a button press, fuck you. I want to fly that motherfucker. If I don't fly that motherfucker, I'm gonna be pissed.
You're not going to.
Throwbridge is like in cold sweats right now. He's like, guys, we have
so disappointed.
We have to rethink this for Sean. Oh God.
Again, I'm sure the ride will be cool.
Just land to impress Sean. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be the best ride in the world.
Sean,
yeah,
not gonna happen.
I know, but they're telling me it's gonna happen, so I'm allowed to complain when it doesn't happen. Just throwing this down right now, Disney fans. I'm allowed to complain.
Yeah, it's not like Disney's ever overhyped something before.
I'm gonna enjoy when Sean goes to ride this for the first time and he gets stuck in there with 3 Brazilians who have no idea what they're saying, and the Millennium Falcon crashes.
No, it's gonna end up being me, my girlfriend, and probably her like niece and nephew who will be like 6 at the time, and I'll be yelling at the kids, be like, "We're gonna die because of you!
Let's go! Don't let Chewie down."
So, another thing that popped up is a rumored hotel for Star Wars Land. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but Walt Disney World News Today is reporting that a survey went out about. So,
a third-party survey, might I add.
A third-party survey went out. So we need to have a talk real quick. We have 2 concepts for hotels.
Just you and us, guys. Parkscope listeners.
Just us. Everyone.
We're having a talk.
Little fireside chat.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, I turned my chair around. I'm sitting backwards on the chair, like a drug talk. Hey kids, I'm gonna throw a hat on backwards.
Let's talk about third-party surveys.
Let's actually talk about the 2 types of attractions available. 2 types of hotels they're talking about right now. So, Walt Disney World News Today and this third-party survey are talking about a boutique hotel going into somewhere around Hollywood Studios that would offer an incredibly immersive, interactive experience hotel. Yeah, that's basically all you need to know. The other rumor for a hotel that I've heard that was on eTicket Report and other locations is them retheming Pop Century to Star Wars. And that being part of the gondola system that's going to go to Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
I honestly thought I made that second one up.
I thought you did too, Lane. When I read it the first time you tweeted, I thought you did.
Pop Century to a bunch of characters. Oh shit, that's close to DHS, and around the time they're going to want to open Star Wars, they're just going to put big Star Warsy things on Pop Century and call it the Star Wars Hotel.
Well,
God, I would laugh.
Well, Lane.
That could happen though. They do that.
They do that a lot. Especially considering the fact that we have absolutely no design plans or rumors for an actual hotel in the park.
Have you ever heard of Toy Story Land?
Yep.
Here, it's Toy Story. We put some big Toy Story stuff in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they were going to open a Star Wars hotel, they'd have to start building
now
3, 4, 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
that shit ain't going to happen.
But if they rethemed what they already have,
yeah, Pop Century goes
it
down.
might even be scheduled already.
Yeah.
That they could bring that down and pull it back up.
And it may not be all of Pop Century. It may be like one wing.
Just wings. And then they could charge $400 a night for Pop Century.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I hate them.
Convert it to suite.
Such low-hanging fruit.
Star
and they
Wars
always pick it.
The song I'm going to do is I'm going to get back up. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm turning the chair back around right now. Okay, so we're done. We're done with our little talk, everyone.
Our talk was just because it was in a survey doesn't mean that's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
That too.
That was our talk.
So many things we've gotten surveys about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still angry about that one. Anyway.
Which one?
The Halloween one.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking,
yeah.
too. So.
I still think that'll happen eventually, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Joe. I'm
I'm
gonna turn my chair around.
So, hey, y'all want to talk about some more positive things?
Yeah.
So, guess what was announced in the past month that we have not talked about yet?
I don't know.
Our
Christmas Harry Potter.
I was gonna say that, but actually, I was thinking about the first house for Halloween Horror Nights 27, American Horror Story.
Yeah, that too.
Ooh, double fun things.
Yeah, so American Horror Story is coming back to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yay!
Seasons to catch them up to the current seasons.
It's going to be 3 seasons. I totally don't remember which ones it was. I think it was maybe Roanoke.
Roanoke.
Asylum, Coven, and Roanoke.
Yeah.
Cool.
And our former friends at Orlando United Radio were saying this is going to be easy because they've kind of already done 2 of these 3 houses.
Well,
which means we get the meat house.
Yeah. And a character from Roanoke popped up in the house last year.
Yeah.
Meat. Yep.
Pigman. Pigman's coming back.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
So exciting.
So Halloween Horror Nights 27. Haven't heard anything else about houses or anything like that.
No, there's the rumors floating around.
There's the usual rumors. Yeah. The big one's like a lot of Stephen King stuff this year, or maybe not. I don't know.
Well, the big one is that Shining is apparently like going to be the big
the big get this year.
Oh my God, we never thought this would happen.
So my
they're almost out of
How
those.
do they do that every year? Every year they have a, oh my God, I didn't think this was
Yeah.
So my thing is, I think the return house this year is going to be a fully fleshed out and completed version of God, what was the Tomb one last year?
Tomb of the Ancients.
Yeah, Tomb of the Ancients. So Tomb of the Ancients had budget cuts because they actually had to like install like sprinklers and all sorts of crazy stuff, so it went way over budget. So them keeping everything the same, fleshing it all out.
I don't think that'll happen.
that won't happen, Joe.
Yeah, well, I'm just throwing it out there.
Not back to back.
They've been skipping a year.
I'm just throwing it out. So that's what
it's something from 25 though.
And then the second.
Wait, nothing. Did they repeat something last year? They didn't repeat anything last year.
I think it was they were going for Halloween for that one.
Yeah, but that wasn't
a sequel though.
That was a completely new house. It was just same costumes.
I know, but I think that's what they were going for.
No. Yeah, but I don't think I don't count that the same as like American Werewolf, which
no,
was
it was
basically...
guys, no, it was The Walking Dead.
Well, that wasn't the same.
It was a combination of all the previous effects.
Yeah, but no, I don't count that.
Yeah, but it was.
It was actually good.
Yeah,
well, I mean, when you distill it down into its purest form, yes.
It's actually really good. That house was really good last year.
Yeah, but I mean, they took 4 years of material and just used.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that. At least it was a good house.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
At least it went out on a high note.
Yeah, well, hopefully it went out.
Knock on wood.
I will not believe that it's not coming back until I'm at the event and there is no Walking Dead house.
Exactly.
They just get the streets this year.
So, jeez. So another thing.
We're hearing rumors about icons too across the interwebs.
I don't think there's going to be an icon this year. I'm sorry, there's no icon this year. I think.
That would be stupid.
Also, I think there's going to be a lot more original houses this year.
See, and that wouldn't make any sense then.
Mm-mm.
More original should mean icon.
Okay.
Right.
To me.
And look at the push the last 2 years with the merch.
Yeah.
All about the icon.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What do you guys want to talk about next? Potter or Volcano Bay?
Potter.
Okay. So we have a very Merry Potter Christmas, as what I called it.
Finally.
Happy Christmas, Ron!
So last week, while SeaWorld was doing their event, the Star Wars celebration had what's his face come out and play music.
Trowbridge.
Not Trowbridge.
John Williams.
Yeah, John Williams. I was going to say Zimmer, but I'm sorry. Yeah, John Williams came out and they were playing the music. Universal, by the way, if anyone had this on the Universal announcement bingo card, during Star Wars on Periscope, you please place that down. You've won that square.
It's a Mad Lib. It's not a bingo card.
No, it is a bingo card because you have like all the crazy like social media things, and you have all the stupid times they would do it.
It's all the stupid times, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
a very
like,
silly matrix.
Yeah, so like it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna announce Diagon Alley on Facebook at 4 p.m. Or we're gonna announce the Harry Potter stuff at night. That's gonna be like during the Star Wars celebration on Periscope. So they did that on
one on Pinterest.
Yeah, they put it on Periscope for some odd reason. I have no idea why. So they did that. So Michael Aiello, yes. Big boy Michael Aiello announced that they're going to be doing a projection show on Hogwarts Castle for Christmas. The much rumored projection show, the one they removed all those trees for back in October. Projection show. There will be new food and drink available.
Yay.
What?
Yes.
I missed that.
Yeah, there's going to be new food and drink available in Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. There's going to be new decorations in Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, and there's going to be new entertainment and shows in Diagon Alley.
Christmas Celestina!
God bless.
So Aiello was saying, "Oh, I can already hear the Frog Choir sing Christmas songs," or something. Like, no, we don't want that at all.
No one cares about the Frog Choir.
The
Frog Choir is garbage.
What we want.
No offense to the people in the Frog Choir. I'm sure they're very nice people.
They do a very good job at their job.
We want the Japanese shows they debuted for Hogsmeade. That'd be super cool. Like the wand one and all that stuff. That'd be super cool. But yeah, Christmas Celestina. That'd be awesome. But yeah. Bunch of Christmas shows, new food and drink, projection shows, and decorations. Additionally, a little side tangent here, they're expanding the Macy's Day Parade into a like Universal Christmas with general floats for, I think,
DreamWorks and Minions. And,
Minion. Yeah,
they're just changing the floats.
They're adding floats.
That's what they've had floats in the parade. They're not adding floats. They're taking out all the floats. In the floats.
The only Christmas floats I remember is like Santa's at the end.
Joe, they have had floats in the parade for years.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah, there's floats.
They're taking out floats and they're putting new floats in.
Okay. So anyway, there you go. They're redoing the Christmas parade. So that's what's going on with Very Merry Potter Christmas. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah.
About time.
Yes.
About frickin' time. I'm excited though. I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get Harry Potter shirts with Harry Potter on the front and a Santa hat?
Probably over JK's dead body.
I want Dumbledore dressed up as Santa.
Oh yes.
Drag Santa. Santa baby.
So it would be Dumbledore dressed up as Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Oh God. I don't know how to respond to that.
You don't have to.
So I'm super excited about this. Actually, I was talking to my last weekend. I was talking to my buddy about this, who I went on Mystic Timbers with, which we'll get to in a second. And him and his wife are super excited, and they're like, these are the guys I went down with last May, who we went to, and we talked about the food with. And they were like, I don't know if we'll go back to Orlando in the next 5-10 years or so. And now they're like, Harry Potter Christmas, we need to go as soon as possible. So now they're like totally game. They're like, Joe, can we go down? Like, when's the best time to go? It's like, well, about a week after Thanksgiving is a pretty good time.
First week in December.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
A good spot.
And they're like, oh yeah, we should go. That'd be really great. I can get time off for that. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, do that.
Let's do that.
That sounds fun.
Yes,
and
that's
it's still
going.
nice.
Sorry,
it's
Lane.
still nice down there. That's a good time to go, and the weather's nice compared to the rest of the country.
Like mid 80s, low 80s.
Yeah. Well,
High
even
70s.
if it's like 73, you're still
only in the
not
70s,
the 60.
Yeah, it was in the 70s when I was there in the first week of December this year.
It's typically in the 70s then, and you might get there and have the early cold snap.
Yeah, it was
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Back up before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time to go.
Yep. So
You talk about the bay.
let's talk about some of the bay.
That one water slide looks so scary.
Oh yeah, the one that goes like straight down.
The vertical one, that's real scary.
So like I'm scared of the one that like it has like the 10-foot pool at the end because I'm a terrible swimmer and I hate deep water. That scares the crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm terrified of deep water. I can't swim very
Really?
well. Yeah, that's one of my very bad fears. Deep water.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
It is a very real fear of mine. It's very, very serious. I've never been off a diving board. I would when I was doing swimming lessons when I was a kid, I would get the end of the diving board. People are like, it's all fine, we're paddling, it's all cool.
Hang on, let me open up my notes to the traumatized Joe section.
Okay, so
Put it on.
Thank you, Freddy Krueger. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So Volcano Bay. Let's talk about this real quick. They announced Volcano Bay's admission price. It's going to be $160. I'm just kidding. It's actually It's actually $67, $62 for children. That is the standard day admission. I think it goes up if it's peak season. You can get a 3-day, 3-park ticket for $314 for an adult, which isn't too bad. Not great, not bad. To visit one park each day, it's $259, which I don't know if you do that because you don't get to ride the Colorado Express if you do that. So, yeah. There you go. Also,
this 65 is right on what Disney charges.
Yeah, I think it's like $2 more than Disney's.
It's right there.
It was, I think, 62, 65 somewhere last year. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing that same thing again this year, going down during the summer, doing one day at the water parks at Disney, and it is about $65.
Yep. So it's not a bad it's not bad at all. I think they're really going to do a lot of their pre-sale stuff. So if you want to go to Volcano Bay, you really need to buy ahead of time. I think this park's going to hit capacity quite quickly because I've been hearing stuff about summer capacity already being.
Oh
there.
yeah,
and all too.
Do not expect to get into this park until the fall.
Yeah, so
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, so show up early and all that stuff. So also talking about pricing real quick before we head into the other topic is that they announced the cabana rentals and premium seating.
So I'm gonna be honest; these prices are way better than I thought they were gonna be.
So before we get into the prices, they've already started raising the prices for some of these.
Wait, really?
No. So the reason why is that they have a base price, and then depending on the day, they raise prices as as demand happens. So if you have half the cabanas available as opposed to a quarter of them on that day, prices will vary. So
it's all variable pricing, like airlines.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, they've already started raising those prices to me, which says they're already selling out at a lot of these days for cabanas.
Yeah, probably.
So which means there's going to be a lot of people at this park. So please get there early. So,
or get there in the middle of the day because it's going to be open at night.
Or get there at night because everyone's going to be pruned anyways, or they'll be at Halloween Horror Nights. So there you go.
If you get there
or just buy your express pass and don't worry about it. Just go when you want.
Yeah, there you go. So to read from the wonderful website Orlando United,
R.I.P.
Volcano Bay cabanas allow guests to escape to their own private paradise with options including single units with seating for up to 6 guests and family units with seating up to 16 guests. By the way, if we get a family unit, we have it would be a ton of people, all of us, then probably Brian, his wife, I don't know, probably Hunter, his girlfriend, Meg, Ricky, all those people.
So many people.
We can get them all in. I don't know, Trig, Cameron.
Why can't we have a 16-person cabana with 5 people?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Because if we get 16 people, it's cheaper for everyone.
Sounds like I got some stretching room.
But Joe, no. Oh, do I need to turn the chair around again?
Yeah, but I would this out? But okay, so we'll get into the pricing in a second. So okay, here we go. Cabana rentals include concierge service with exclusive menu options. Okay, everyone sit down for this one. A fruit and snack basket. So you get a complimentary fruit and snack basket when you get a cabana in the morning. How cool is that? Small refrigerator, pre-stocked with bottled water, complimentary locker and towel service, and more. Which means that towel service is not complimentary, which is weird. I don't know.
At the park?
At the park. That doesn't make sense. So
no, it doesn't.
No, it says towel service. So
yeah,
I guess that's them bringing you a towel.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So single cabana units can hold 6 people. Choose from upper level cabanas for spectacular views or ground level cabanas for convenience and accessibility. Why would you go on the bottom? You'd always go on the top.
Right,
Come on.
top bunk, obviously.
Yeah, geez, come on, guys. So much room for activities.
So much room.
Or standalone cabanas that offer a bit more privacy. Oh.
No room for activities. If
So-
his way, 20 people in it.
This would be a two-story cabana if it was a family one. So prices start at $160 for a single cabana unit. The family suite cabanas can hold up to 16 people, and a large private standalone cabana that offers more privacy. For those, prices start at $300 and will be higher during busier periods. You can find pricing and more available on universalorlando.com. Additionally, there's going to be premium seating. Premium seating, actually, you have to buy premium seating in packages of 2. So you can't just buy one lounge, you have to buy 2. And prices...
Because that's just buying your chair rental.
Yeah.
So
Is what premium seating is. It's just calling dibs on your lounge chairs.
Yes.
It's $30.
That's why you have to buy it in pairs.
It's $30 per lounger per day, which means that it's about $60 a day.
Yeah, but I would totally buy, like, the more water parks I go to, that's a good spot. Where you get your own little, you get dibs on your own chair.
Yeah.
That's like, and 30's a fair price for that. That's a good,
Yeah, but if you
good trade.
that's the thing. Like, if you have enough people, it's cheaper to get a cabana.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly. So
Because I think the cabana is like what, $25 per person for the 6-person one.
well, it's
At the base
If you
price.
have a dedicated group.
Yeah. Right.
160.
We're gonna have a dedicated group at Halloween Horror Nights, dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's about $26, and then $26 for the
Cabana. Yeah.
for the single cabana, and then 300 divided by 16 is equal to $18.75. So if you get 16 people in a family suite cabana at $300, that's $18 a person.
I think it's
And you get water and a fruit
Right.
basket. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
fruit basket, water. That's
a
actually
basket
a
of
pretty good deal.
fruits.
Fruits, snacks, water.
And snacks. It says
snacks.
and
Okay,
snacks.
y'all sold me. I'll buy
That
for
means
it.
pretzels.
Don't worry, Lane. I'll chip in some because I'm gonna get in for free.
So we should get 2 of them so we can do a water balloon fight between the 2 cabanas.
Okay, Joe, you can pay for the other one.
I'm throwing that one out there right now. So also Volcano Bay, we got food, bro.
Uh-oh.
They did a preview.
We didn't talk about that.
No, we did not. This actually came out the day after
Oh, that's right.
our last podcast.
Our last
So-
podcast.
Last podcast. So there's going to be the Cahola Reef Restaurant and Social Club. This is the main restaurant. It'll be located at the base
It's
of
like
the
Club 33.
Yeah, exactly. Except you don't have to
Hey,
pay.
did you hear Club 33 is
$50,000.
putting a location in Volcano Bay? It's at the top of the volcano, just like Walt Disney designed it.
Do
Yeah, it's a better location than Disney Hollywood Studios.
you
Better
get
Park
cool
too.
vests whenever you join the social club at Club 30 at
Yes,
Volcano Bay?
it's a life-saving vest, so it also has the
Ooh,
clips on the
that's,
front.
that's double good there.
Yeah, right. It's it's one of those vests. So the main restaurant's located at the base of the volcano. The menu includes entrees such as Hawaiian ribs,
Love it.
coconut curry chicken. That sounds good.
Into it.
Mango barbecue pulled pork sandwich, which I hear is amazing from people who've tried it. The belly burger, which is pork belly and caramelized onions with fresh cucumber, Brazil slaw, lettuce, tomato on a burger served with fries.
Oh, that sounds good.
They have the wakiawi eats. Wakawiawi, yeah, the Wakawiawi eats. That's got to be what it is. How you pronounce it? I don't know. This is a bunch of pizzas and stuff. You can get the Island Barbecue Chicken Pizza, as long with fresh salads. It looks like basically long pizzas or kind of flatbread kind of designs. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I think they're like flatbreads.
Yeah, you sit along. The location is sitting along a sparkling river, so it's probably going to be around one of those lazy rivers, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So the Bamboo is a restaurant with a cool shaded hideaway made of elegant stalks of bamboo, located in the rainforest section of the park. The menu features the same burgers and offerings found at the Cahola Reef Restaurant, but not as expensive. Very cool. So the next one is the Feasting Frog, and it offers a variety of tacos, like the carne asada taco, a poke bowl, and this location will offer patio seating, and the structure will be shaped like a tropical frog.
Pokeballs are delicious.
Yes.
I'm into the frog part.
Yeah.
Frogs are awesome.
So there's also going to be two bars. Both of them are going to be themed like boats, but they're going to be on the land, is my understanding. Like they're kind of like outriggers they pulled on the land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you see them in the concept art.
Yeah. So you have all the boat bars have so one's an outrigger and the other one is a Chinese junk rig. Sorry. They all will serve specialty cocktails, frozen drinks, draft beers, fountain pops. Because I'm in Ohio and I'm Ohioan, and it is a bunch of cool stuff. So there you go. What are your guys' thoughts?
Very exciting.
Yeah, it looks good.
We'll be able to get tiki drinks, and it sounds like they just have regular good theme park food.
Yeah, I don't know if they're tiki drinks per se, because they just sound like tropical mixed drinks. Because if they're
I'll allow it.
yeah, I mean, which is fine. I'm not complaining.
In blinky cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very disappointed about that.
But I mean, like, would you really be able to like get a tiki mug there in glass?
No, this is why you do it like you do it at Trader Sam's.
Yeah.
You buy it when you get the drink, and then you're like, oh, I want that cup, and they're like, okay, pick it up when you leave.
Or you just make them all plastic.
Or you make a plastic tiki mug.
You make plastic. Yeah, you make plastic mugs.
The cups are very disappointing.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I don't like
It's
the logo.
fine. It's not a game breaker, but
I don't like the logo.
it's fine.
You have so many
okay.
good. You have so many good logos for Volcano Bay, and
Well,
they
they
chose.
ran out, Joe. They did the best they could, man.
It's because
we're out of logos.
They wanted to make it big to fit most of the cup.
Okay. So,
I wonder if it really is a blinky cup, since it's gonna be at night.
it doesn't look like a blinky cup.
Yeah, I don't think it's a blinky cup, but it's like similar make.
Can you take a drink into a water at Volcano Bay like you can at Cabana Bay?
That's the $1 million question right now.
I'm leaning towards no, but
Yeah,
I'm thinking
leaning
so.
towards-
you know,
I'm thinking
Universal
that,
might
too.
go fuck it.
That's true.
I'm guessing no.
Especially
But it
with-
is Universal, so who knows?
So they might just make up their own rules.
Yeah.
especially the Action River. I don't think I'd want to
Well,
have a drink for the
obviously
Action River. So Nick,
Yes, Joe.
you went to Grad Bash.
I did go to Grad Bash again.
So do you want to talk about your experience a little bit?
Yeah, I'll talk about Grad Bash a little bit.
Okay.
You know, Grad Bash is really good. We did things a little bit different this year. I actually drove a van and full of high schoolers, and we took 2 vans because we only had 16 kids in our senior class that paid to go to Grad Bash this year. So we
that
took
seem
2
low?
vans down. Normally we have about 50, so I don't really know.
wow.
This senior class is kind of weird. They've waited till the last minute to pay for a lot of things, and Grad Bash is one of those you can't. So, had to turn a lot of people away. But anyway, it was just a different experience. Just the way that they had things set up, because we had to go through the main parking garage, and we ended up sitting there for a while because they didn't know that they were supposed to let us go park in the garage, even though we had all the information for us to. But we did security right there where everybody does security. That instead of having like a private entrance, they had a little area roped off for Grad Bash, which was a little bit different. But it was basically like just coming to a park. They let us go and city walk and everything, just like they would a regular group of people. And then Grad Bash started, and at 4:00 we were actually allowed into the parks, and the parks didn't close to day guests until 6. So there was a 2-hour overlap time called the mix-in that they allowed Grad Bash participants into the park with day guests, which I thought was interesting because they don't normally do that. They normally keep you completely separated. So this was the first year they did that, and then you have about an hour of time where it's just the people in the parks that are in there for mix-in. And I mean, like, you could have shot a cannon down the streets because nobody was in the parks. It was crazy. I've never seen it that empty. There was like areas of the park that you were like, am I supposed to be here? Because there was nobody around. But then Grad Bash got going. All the rides were open for the most part. I think like the Barney area was closed and Curious George, but for the most part everything was open, and it went extremely well. I ended up staying up for 29 hours that day. Yeah, I was up at probably about 5:30 that morning, and I didn't get into the bed until I think it was like 10 o'clock the next morning. And I was up straight. So, but it ran extremely smooth. I'm trying to think of anything like stuck out to me. I did Fallon for the first time.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
Everything's good with Fallon until you get actually into the rod. like seriously, like the pre-show video ends and then the doors open. You're like, oh, what happened? It's fine, and I can see why your average person would come off of it excited or enjoying it, because everything that builds up to it, it's a minor complaint, but as you know, somebody who's immersed in that area that you talk about it quite often, it just kind of it's sad because they had great potential and it just is not there with it the way it is. And I don't, I do not normally say this, but they've got to stop with screens. They've got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll agree in the sense that it's just you can't have this and Minion Mayhem right across from each other.
Yeah, well,
you can't
and
like
Transformers.
Yeah, I don't know. Transformers kind of different.
Dude, like you go from one screen to a screen to even though Transformers is doing different, you're still a screen. And the same thing with T2 is right there, and Shrek. All that's 5 attractions.
I agree that like T2,
screens.
Shrek, Despicable Me, and this, but I still think Transformers is different.
Okay, so I want you to do what I did. Okay, I want you to ride Jimmy Fallon. Then I want you to go ride Transformers. Then I want you to go ride Simpsons. And then I want you to go ride Green Gots. And you don't tell me that you get a little fatigue on screens.
Nah.
Okay. I'm telling you. I got fatigued about having to put on 3D glasses and having to be in front of a screen. And I did. I really did. And normally, I don't complain about that because screens doesn't really bother me because they do things with these things that you have to use screens. And I understand that. But
see, with Fallon, I'll only go on Fallon once.
I will tell you this: everything that leads up to Fallon is worth going through a couple of times because the Ragtime Gals are really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah.
I will ride it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it probably every time I'm down there at least once. As long as the wait times aren't crazy for it. But
again, and we know that it seems like after Kong and this and Fast and Furious, they've kind of gotten scared straight, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, well, but that's the other thing I'm worried about too. I mean, I'm not really worried about it because I know what's coming and I know what they're saying is going to be coming. But with Fast and Furious going right down the street from it, it's another.
Oh well, Fast and Furious is going to be garbage.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. It's just the same old thing. So I don't know. Fallon's fine though. It's fine. It's an improvement for the area, that's for sure. As far as aesthetically, the ride, the inside of it is immaculate. It's gorgeous going in. Fallon's good though. I'd give it like a solid 2.5, 3 out of 5. That's nothing revolutionary though.
Yeah.
It sounds like the definition of a 2.5 star attraction.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what they were going for. And if they hit it out the park, but everything that leads up to the actual ride is 4 to 5 stars, and then when you actually get on the ride and it pulls it down to a 2.5, 3 star.
It's a crap.
They really need to get rid of T2 and Shrek.
Yeah.
No, keep T2. T2's amazing.
No, it's time. It's time.
Man.
No,
T2's
No, it's dead, man. The last time I went on it, the 3D is so out of whack.
Yeah,
it hurt. It gave me a headache.
It's almost like they've stopped maintaining it too in some ways.
It needs to go, and Shrek needs to go too.
Shrek needs to go. Yes, I think the concern I had with Shrek was the fact that they had to have some sort of DreamWorks attraction open. Otherwise, they would lose the license. Like you had to have it like a DreamWorks attraction open for a year or whatever.
No, they just had
something like that.
They just had an agreement with Shrek.
Okay. Yeah.
For
so,
Shrek.
Yeah. So it was really that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, now they own DreamWorks, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah.
Tear it out. Put something in. Put in Alfred Hitchcock again. Why not?
No, honestly, I think they should probably build like Sing. Build like an animatronic Sing show.
Yeah.
What they should really do there is they should gut that whole area and rebuild the entryway and build.
Well, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
And build some nice Minion stuff there. Make it a nice.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen, man.
Yes, Lane.
You could do a patriotic Sing show, and call it America Sings.
America Sing.
God damn it. Damn it, Lane.
There's a pig with some drunk geese. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I didn't ride dragons because I can't ride it anymore. I can't do dragons anymore. I'm ready for that thing to go. Just tear that thing out. I now know 2 people who have thrown up on Forbidden Journey.
Yep.
So second time in 3 years that I've taken teachers down to Grad Bash, and in that time 2 of them have thrown up. So, but anyway, Kong looked good. We of course we had Express, and we did all Express all the way through everything. So that it helps a lot, and doing Express on things that don't typically have Express is kind of cool. So, but yeah, everything looked good. Universal looks fine. The rides and all that are good. I still question why some things are closed and other things are open, but whatever. They have Cat in the Hat and Popeye closed, but they have ET going at Grad Bash, so it's just kind of like
weird. Yeah.
It's because it's too easy to get out of the Cat in the Hat.
That is true. That does make sense. Now that you said that.
I don't know about Pop. Well, like that's one of the biggest problems they've had with Cat in the Hat is that people just can get out of it.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I hadn't really thought about that. But
yeah.
That
I don't know why they closed Popeye though.
Yeah.
I guess the same reason, because you're just in with a seatbelt.
They have that whole area completely blocked off.
Really?
Like the bridge is completely blocked off.
It might have been too bad in the dark, guys. There's too many corners and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do need lifeguards on that attraction, so.
They normally actually have a DJ set up there where they dead end it, so you can't get back there to it. This year they just had a rope across the thing and a team member standing there like, don't go back here. But yeah. So anyway, that's about it. Grad Bash is good. Like I said, I've always said this: if you get a chance to be a chaperone on Grad Bash, chaperone Grad Bash. It's worth dealing with whatever you got to deal with because of the way you treat it when you get there.
What time? What are the times for Grad Bash? Like when since we did the mix in, we got in at 4, and Grad Bash hard closes at 2 a.m. And they don't let you out unless you have a head chaperone. Like just a regular chaperone can't. You have to be the head chaperone to be able to go to your van or wherever. But it's a hard close at 2 a.m. They shut everything down. It's not like even if you're in line for an attraction, you get to ride it. They shut it down. You're out. So, and then you just make your way out. And so, like, it was about 2. We walked through. We had to come out the front entrance of USF, and we walked through SeaWorld, through the rotunda. Once we got through the rotunda, there was nobody because hardly anybody drives. And I mean, they do really well. They do really well about routing you to where you have to go. You have a wristband that tells you where to go, and they handle it really well. But like I said, if you get a chance to go as a chaperone, you get unlimited express all night long, and it's just chaperones that get it. Students can't procure it, so you don't have to wait in line with high schoolers. You get chaperones lounges where they're playing, whatever games are going on at the time. They have sport, the sports going on. They had soccer and NASCAR playing in the. Where the lounges at?
Horror Makeup becomes a lounge, and Mythos is a chaperone's lounge.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's neat.
So it's like they have water and Coke products for free for you in there.
Is it the
pretzels and pita chips and stuff like that.
Is it the little Diba bottle size of waters?
No, no,
okay.
it is actually full-size bottles of
Water Bottle Wednesday.
No, it's full-size bottle of waters, cans of Coke, and then they have 2 locations, Lombard's and what's the restaurant in between Kong and River Adventure? I can never think of the name of it.
Thunder Falls.
Yeah, that one. They do a chaperone's breakfast, so your meal's included too for that night, and it's a full spread of breakfast food. So, I mean, you really can't beat it. If you get a chance, do it. It's worth it, just because of what you get. And we plowed through. We did. So I did Mummy, Jimmy Fallon, Transformers, E.T., Simpsons, Men in Black. I think we did Men in Black twice. Escape from Gringotts, Hogwarts Express. They did both sides of the dragons. I didn't do that. I waited on them. Forbidden Journey, King Kong, Spider-Man, Hulk, Doom, and then we had to get back a little bit early to catch the kids because of where we were meeting them at. Plus, we spent a good solid hour in each chaperone's lounge, and we ate for another solid hour in between that 4 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Nice.
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's good. So, that's my Grad Bash.
Awesome. You guys want to hear some about Mystic Timbers?
Yay!
Yes. What's the shack?
I'll tell you what's in the shack in a little bit, but we'll do it at the end so people don't have to. Leave it. I'll leave it spoiler free. If you guys want if you guys want some more talk about Mystic Timbers, I highly recommend listening to the In the Loop podcast from friend of the show, Kenny.
Kenny?
Yep, Kenny. And Drew the intern went to the PR day at Kings Island for Mystic Timbers, which is in the morning. And then they had to leave like right before I would show up that evening for the event. So that kind of sucked. So if you guys didn't know, I did the Mystic Timbers First Rider event. Basically, we raised money for the James and Andy Dalton Foundation. And this is a foundation that basically offers grants and money to families who have kids in cancer treatment. So it's super cool. It's a really great foundation. Kings Island threw the event for free, and they raised $60,000 for the James and Andy Dalton Foundation. So it was super cool. So I get there to Kings Island. I got there like around 6 o'clock. I hit some traffic in Columbus, as one does in Columbus. And we check in. Lane, you know, on the left-hand side where there's all the ticket booths?
The Banshee side?
Yeah, Banshee side. So
okay,
we check in over there. Actually, they expanded their whole entire there. So back when I was at King's Dominion, they would have metal detectors right before you hit the turnstiles. Well, now they moved the metal detectors way out, sort of like Magic Kingdom style. So we went in, and I got my packet. So what I got was a lanyard that you had to wear all the time with a sticker on it that told you where how you would ride the attraction. I'll get to that in a second. I got a complimentary Mystic Timbers one of those zip string bags that like they sell for $10 or whatever. I got one of those for free. I got a free T-shirt which I'm wearing actually right now. It's a First Rider auction. We got a plaque. It's like an acrylic plaque with like Mystic Timbers First Rider auction in there. And we also got a free on-ride photo. So they gave us little coupons. So we would just give them whenever we want an on-ride photo, and they print it off for us. So that was definitely awesome. So
was it a one-time use coupon, or was it?
Yes. So what it was when you found a photo you wanted to buy, you just give them the coupon, and you get it for free. Otherwise, you could buy them. So you get one on-ride photo for free, which is awesome. I haven't bought an on-ride photo since like Splash Mountain in like 1996. So yeah. So it's actually, is
that the one that the one that you've been using as your avatar?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, exactly the one I bought. That was our first ride. So we get there, and I meet up with my buddy David, and they had a dinner at the Reds Grill, which is themed to the Cincinnati Reds.
A just fine hot wing place.
Yes. So it was really kind of weird. So they set it up at the bar, but there's no like bar service, which sucked. But it was pulled pork burgers and chicken fingers, salad, coleslaw, but no French fries. They also had Mystic Timber cookies, which is pretty cool. And they also had unlimited soft drinks, so you guys can get whatever you want. So that ran from 5. I think that ran from 6 to 8:30. So about 2.5 hours of food. So we loaded up on chicken fingers and stuff. Then we were just chilling around the ride, didn't know what was going on, and then like there's a bunch of coaster dorks, like just a ton of them. They're all wearing the t-shirts already. They all had cargo shorts, and they were incredibly nerdy, or they were wearing other coaster t-shirts. And
no, and this isn't disrespectful. It's just factual.
Yes, yeah.
Like, this was not being mean. It was Coaster Nerd Central,
yes,
and that's cool.
Yes, I mean it was very clearly what it was. So then I'm just chilling with Bauer, and I'm in my like semi-work clothes, so I have my UD pullover, my button-down jeans, and semi-dress shoes, and he's in jeans and the shirt. And then Andy Dalton walks by, and he's basically not wearing any coaster stuff. He's taller than everyone. He's fit, and has ginger hair. And I'm like, I bet you that's Andy Dalton. Yeah. So it was basically Archie walked by. And they kind of do like a little thing, and they gave away prizes for the top 5 earners. And the top 5 people, they won signed autographed footballs. And then the number 1 fundraiser got a signed jersey and football, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So, and I'm just saying right now, if I was in the top 5, if somehow I ended up in the top 5, I would have actually done a raffle on Parkscope to see who would win.
The Andy Dalton.
Get the Andy Dalton football. No joke. So that happened. So what happened is there were 3 colors. There was green, yellow, and red. And the green, which was me, and my buddy David were the first group. Then yellow, and then red would get in line. So you basically chose. So how much money you rose determined like where you were in line. So we were on the first train of general public on Mystic Timbers. So the ride is really, really good. It is like
it looks so fun.
It is a I compare it to 2 things. I compare it to the anti Son of Beast, which I'll explain to you in a second, and it's a wooden version of Maverick.
So it's quick.
It's quick. It's short. It's quick. It packs a lot of force. So what I mean by anti Son of Beast is Son of Beast was basically they kind of said screw it. They kind of ignored the general terrain. They ignored what made the ride good. They just the idea was we want to make it really tall, really fast, and add an inversion and just a lot of boring elements. You know, they had like 2 massive helixes that were boring. It was really tall for no reason. It had this loop that was stupid they got rid of. I mean, this whole 9 yards. So this is not that at all. It's 105 feet tall. It hits 53 miles an hour. It has 6 trains, 12 rows, and it really just the first drop's really great. It's a curved drop to the left, then you kind of come up and you go to the right, and those are the 2 biggest hills. The rest of them are really, really short bunny hills that just give you so much airtime. Like they're really drawn out bunny hills all the way out. Then you do a kind of one giant one. You kind of spin around, and you kind of come around in a giant turn inside a tunnel, and then you come back out, like just the same way. You go over the river rafts ride and the river at Kings Island, which is super cool, except at night because they have so much lighting on. That kind of sucks, but it's okay. But yeah, you just hit so much airtime. There's a lot of actual forces on the ride. It's absolutely incredible. Definitely, it's a very unique ride, and I'm really excited to go back on it. So I'm really super pumped about that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's super cool. The only complaint I have is for night rides. Unlike Beast and other attractions like that, or like even Diamondback, there are way too many lights on. So you're gonna like see a lot more than you're expecting, but it's still kind of forceful and cool. Okay, so is everyone ready for what's in the shed?
What's the shed?
Okay, so
the okay.
Lane, you go.
Well,
They've been hyping
how
this
about
for a year
How about
now.
this? How about you say spoiler in about 5 seconds to give everybody a couple seconds to stop if they don't want.
Okay, well, once Lane's done talking, I'll say what's in the spoiler. So, Lane, explain the kind of hype behind it.
They were hyping this up as we're going to put a hidden element in this building just past like our train house. And, we didn't know what it was going to be to the point where you're speculating anything from big AAs to absolutely nothing to a vertical track drop. Like, could have been anything to what's on Adventure Express. Like, could be anything in the whole world that you could put on a coaster element. And they hyped it up and didn't leak what was in the shed until Joe went and wrote it.
So what's Adventure Express ending like?
It is a lift hill at the end of a roller coaster, i.e. Disneyland Pirates. But instead of pirates fighting with swords over your heads, it's these little silly tiki gods playing drums.
Yeah.
But they're kind of big, silly tiki gods playing drums.
Yeah. And then you kind of just turn and you end up in the station. So
yeah. So we knew it was going to be right before the station, but we had no idea what kind of crazy dark ride element they were going to put in.
Yeah, so what happens is when you're done with the ride, you enter the transfer track. Yeah, so spoilers. You enter the transfer track. What a surprise. So this has all the stations, for all the trains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So on the right-hand side, there's actually kind of a semi-decent-sized wall, so you can't see too much going on the right. But on the left-hand side, there's a lot of overgrown foliage and just hanging saws and like signage and stuff, and just kind of general creepy vibe. As you enter the shed, there's like a general what are you doing? You shouldn't go in here. That kind of thing. Bunch of lights, and it's actually really nice. Like there's a bunch of really good lighting. There's a giant kind of not even a spotlight, but like a theatrical light kind of pointing out onto the track inside of it, so you're kind of like going into the light basically. So there's that transfer track, there's a small tunnel, and then the show building, I'll call it. So the transfer tunnel, the tunnel between the transfer track and the show building is pretty tight, and your train stops there as the block breaks before going into the main station, because they're like loaded.
I.e. when you would clap on any other roller coaster.
Yeah, so when you would be waiting on any other ride, like on Hulk.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, when you go. So you're waiting there. So you basically break, and you're in this small tunnel, and there's on the right hand, there's like pillars there's not pillars. There's wood beams everywhere. There's a bunch of scenic elements and stuff like that. So you're just there, and you hit the brakes, and in front of you just see a bunch of shed stuff. So then all of a sudden, a radio on your right kicks on, and the ride is themed to the 1980s. It's set in the 1980s. So they start playing 80s music. So when I rode the ride for the first time, they started playing Turn Around. That song's like, turn around. It's like, and I'm like, I don't want to turn around. I know this is terrifying. So I'm scared out of my wits. They're like, I'm not turning around. There's going to be something behind me. I know there's going to be something behind me. So there's 3 or 4 different songs they actually play. So you get the songs at random. So then when you're released from the block breaks, they kill the radio, and everywhere around you, they hit blacklight with a bunch of writing saying, like, stay out of the shed, stay out of the shed. So, like that kind of Tower of Terror kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you go into the shed, the actual proper shed, and in front of you, there is a barn door screen with a smaller screen on the right-hand side. Well, on the right-hand side, that's like a window. And then on the right-hand side, as you're going past, there's a giant window screen with a sign. There's also several practical effects in the area. So you go through there and you get attacked, basically. And there's a bunch of, the practical effects start shaking and everything's moving and it's really loud. And then you go back into the station. So what's interesting is they have 3 different effects in there. They have snakes. Actually, they're diamondbacks. Get it? Diamondbacks? Yeah, right? So they have diamondbacks that attack you. They have bats. Get it? Bats that attack you. Or they have a very rare one, which is it happens every 1 out of 12 times. They have the Mystic Timbers tree comes and attacks you. So in their logo, they have like a tree, and that thing kind of comes and gets you. So
And it's not, or it is randomized. It's not on a cadence.
It is totally randomized. So we got the bats nearly every single time, except for once we got the snakes, and once we got the Mystic Timbers logo. But all the other times we got the bats. So I think there may be 2 versions of the bats. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure on the top of my head. But if you want to see the special effects the best, go for like row 5 and 6. If you want to see the shed, if you want to get the best ride, I recommend the first or second row, or the back like 3 or 4 rows. Definitely for the best.
Because the airtime hills.
Exactly. So anyway, that's Mystic Timbers. It was a blast. I loved it. It's a great ride. I can't wait. I really want to try Invader, and hopefully, Sean, you get to try Invader at Busch Gardens Williamsburg.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hopefully be there in May. I'm not sure.
Please be in there in May. I want to hear Invader stories. So anyway,
me too. It looks like a junior ride.
Yep,
it looks fun though.
So we've been at this for 2 hours now. So I'm tired.
Yep. It's time to close it out.
Yeah, it's time to close this out. So so Lane, where can we find you at online?
At Parkscope Lane on the Twitters.
Cool. Nick, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Nick, where can we find you at?
Oh, it's at Parkscope Nick on the Twitches as well.
Cool. Sean, where can we find you at?
Huckle, Sean.
There you go.
On the Twitter machines.
The Twitter machines. So did you know they're opening a what was it? They're opening a museum in Sweden about failed consumer like products, like the Colgate like lasagna and the Apple Newton and the N-Gauge, and one
Crystal
of the
Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi, like all that stuff. One of the things they're showing off is a 2009 like PDA, but all it shows is like tweets. And that's all it does, and the screen is so small you actually have to scroll the tweet. It can't show all 140 characters.
That's funny.
That's all it does. So anyway, you can find me at Parkscope Joe on the Twitters. You can follow all of us at Parkscope. Hey, do you know what would be really cool? Leave us a review on iTunes. That'd be super awesome.
Or read some of the articles.
Yeah, read some of the articles
on the .net.
Yeah, Alan's been posting a bunch. I'm working still on my article on how queueless rides don't work very well because, hey, guess what? As Alan put it very well, you either wait in line or you loiter. So, depending on how you want to do it, there you go. Yeah, so
I'm not riding.
Yeah, read some of the articles. Yeah, that's about it, really. Anyway, I'm gonna go edit this episode and then
love everybody, hate everything, Kungaloosh.
There we go. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys later.